What a beautiful gospel, one of my favorite, because it tells about encounter of Jesus with the Samaritan woman. It is an invitation for relationship. You know, you already have heard the controversy between the Jews and the Samaritan. They don't do together or nothing in common because of the Jews considered the Samaritans as half-breed. So, she came to the well to draw water with her empty jar. But Jesus was already waiting for her, inviting her for a relationship. You know, well is a good place to find relationship. You can see that in the Bible, who encountered their husbands or their wives in the well. But this is not the topic that I would like to dwell on. There are three things that I would like you to learn from this gospel. Number one, Jesus sees you. Or He rather see your worth, not your sin, not your shame, not your mistake. It was not, He doesn't want to reject you because He can see a bigger plan for you. As His daughter, as God's daughter and God's son, as Jesus' brother. So, remind yourself every time that God sees you. Not your sin, not your mistake, not your failures, but what can He bring out of you because He created you as a masterpiece. Second, Jesus seeks you. You know, the Jews would not pass by or pass through a Samaritan town. No, they will try to evade it and even the longer route. No, but Jesus seeks you. Intentionally, He was seeking that woman. Why? Remember in the Genesis, what was the first words of God to man, meaning to Adam and Eve? Do you remember? Where are you? Because that time, Adam and Eve already committed the disobedience. And so it's an invitation for mercy. You think that, some people think that religion is about man seeking for God. No, it's the other way around. It is God seeking for man. For each one of you. That is our religion. God is already seeking before we seek Him. That's why there's a hunger inside of us. Even in the responsorial psalm, it says there, if you hear the voice of the Lord, harden not your hearts. So He's there knocking, calling you out, seeking you out. So He sees you, He seeks you, and then because He saves you. He was seeking for that woman, and He sees that woman as her worth, because He wants to save her. A little conversation, a little means of listening, opens up the possibility for that woman. The conversation started with Jesus asking for a drink. And then the generosity of the woman opened up, even her life. And so the next question of Jesus is, where is your husband? It was not a question of shaming her, but actually recounting or confessing her sin to Him. Openness. It's not to ask, it's not to shame her, but to save her. The jar symbolizes her sin, going back and forth to the well, because St. Augustine says, my heart is restless until it's rest in you. So what are we searching for? What are we thirsting for? You know, he said, I have 5 husbands. It actually represents our 5 senses. And then the other man that she was not married to is the number 6. And 6 in the biblical language is incompleteness. And so now he found Jesus, the seventh person, not in a relationship of physical but spiritual, to complete her. And so Jesus is always there. Because she tried to find love that she was thirsting for in the wrong places, in the wrong person, in the wrong situations. Does it sound familiar to us? So what is the well? A symbol of your sinfulness. Is it alcoholism? Is it pornography? Is it gambling? Is it luxury? God, Jesus Christ, is asking us to give it up because He said, I have the living water. If you have that, it will be a spring welling up in your life. So, Jesus sees you, seeks you to save you. But ultimately, because He has a mission for you. See, at the very end of the gospel, the Samaritan woman became the first missionary with the people she was trying to avoid and the people she wanted to avoid. She ran to introduce Jesus to them by how He related to her and revealed her as a prophet, as a Messiah, as Christ. That kind of revelation, that kind of relationship reveals the invitation of Jesus Christ to deepen our relationship with Him. And so, Jesus saves us. He does not only remove the sin, He also turns our wounds into wisdom, our failures into compassion, our brokenness, so that it becomes a bridge for others to understand God and His love and His mercy. Your past should not disqualify you because it can be actually a platform where God will use you. So the next time you feel empty, ashamed, or messed up, the invitation will always be the same. Come to Jesus. It echoes the meditation that I was trying to listen to always with the Halo Up with Mother Olga that says, Lord, empty me. Empty me of my selfishness, of my sin, of my pride. And then fill me with your grace, with your mercy. And then use me. This is the call for all of us, not just for the Samaritan woman. Again, let it echo. Because God sees you, He seeks you to save you. And now let's tell to ourselves, Lord, empty me, fill me, use me. Amen.